Hi, I'm Sanjay C. In this video, I'll show you how to start recording music at home using the Universal Audio Volt USB Recording Studio. We'll unbox it, register and install all the software, and get Volt connected. We'll also go through the new software you get, including the Luna Digital Audio Workstation for Windows and Mac, the UAD native plugins, and some of the third-party software you get that makes it easy to start creating and mixing music. Inside the box, you'll find the Volt audio interface and cables. Yes, new gear, I love it. You'll notice a website address printed on the box. Let's visit that website first to download the Universal Audio UA Connect app. The UA Connect app will help you register and download the included software. Run UA Connect and create an account. If you already have a Universal Audio account, you can log in with your existing credentials. Once you're done, UA Connect will ask you to plug in your Volt, the moment we've been waiting for. Volt is bus powered, so you'll only need one cable to connect to your computer. But if your cable doesn't power Volt, you can use the USB power cable to connect it to a standard USB wall charger. For most computers, you'll be fine with just using the regular USB-C to USB cable. If your computer only has USB-C ports, you can use an adapter or a USB-C to USB-C cable. Lights, we're ready to go. The UA Connect app automatically detects Volt. Click Register and follow the directions to complete registration. If you're using Windows, make sure you download the additional drivers. Volt includes Luna, which is a full-featured digital audio workstation. It's not a light version, and it's not capped by track count or anything that might limit what you're trying to create. And if you didn't know, Luna is used by professionals and Grammy winners and is a 3-time Tech Award winner. That's a big deal. I've used Luna for a while now, and I love the way my music sounds when I mix with it. Luna is made to feel like mixing in a real analog studio with a real mixing console. We'll talk a little more about how to record with Luna in a minute, but for now, let's get it installed. Click on Luna in UA Connect, and then activate the license and install. Next, let's download the UA plugins that are included with Volt. Included in the software, you get the LA2A Leveling Amplifier Collection and Pultec EQ Collection. These are industry standards and can be found in nearly every commercial studio around the world. They're like go-to compressors and EQs for everything. You also get the Century Tube Channel Strip, which is a versatile all-in-one plugin for mixing. I'll let you hear how it sounds on my vocals later in the video. For reverb, you get Pure Plate, which gives you a very musical reverb with simple controls and great sound. For delay, you get the Galaxy Tape Echo, which sounds great on guitars, vocals, and lots more. And to get a warm analog sound, you also get Oxide Tape Recorder, which can be used on every track to emulate the sound of vintage tape, as well as Verve Analog Machines Essentials to add saturation and lo-fi effects to your tracks. You can install all these plugins from UA Connect. Alright, we've got Volt connected to our computer and the software installed. Next, let's connect speakers, a microphone, and an instrument. On the back of Volt, you'll find two outputs labeled Monitor 1L and Monitor 2R. Here's where you connect your studio monitors. While we're back here, you'll notice MIDI in and out. This is for keyboards. These days, most keyboards come with USB connections, but if you have an old keyboard that only has MIDI connections, you can connect it here. Alright, studio monitors are connected. You can adjust the monitor volume using the monitor knob right here. On the front, you can find inputs for a microphone or an instrument like a guitar. I'm using the Volt 276 right now, so I have two inputs. If you have a Volt 1, you'll have one input. The Volt 476 has two inputs in the front and two in the back. The front inputs are combo mic instrument inputs, so you can connect a mic with an XLR cable or an instrument with a 1/4-inch TS or TRS cable. If you connect a guitar or bass, make sure you press the INST button for instrument. One of the great things about Volt is that it includes amazing sounding preamps based on the legendary UA610 tube preamp, one of the most recorded mic preamps. Press the vintage button and you'll be recording with the same sound you've heard on tons of popular songs. The last hookup is easy. Plug your headphones into the headphone port in the front. We're done with all our connections. Alright, let's start recording. Oh, and if you're new to a digital audio workstation or DAW, it's basically software that lets you record sound into your computer, play built-in sounds, record multiple tracks, and mix everything into a song. You'll spend a lot of time with your DAW, and there's lots to learn, but I'll guide you through the basics for now. By the way, Volt is compatible with other DAWs, so if you prefer using something like Cubase, Logic, or Pro Tools, go right ahead. The Volt Recording Studio also includes Ableton Live Lite, which is a great tool for loop-based composing. Alright, let's open Luna. You'll see the startup screen first. This is where you'll start a new project. You can also watch tutorials on how to use Luna right here. Setup is easy. Luna automatically detects and selects your Volt as your audio interface by default. Now, we can't leave without recording something. That's the most fun part. If you're starting a new project, go to the Create page and give your project a name. If you have a tempo or time signature in mind, you can also input that here. Or just leave it. You can always change it later. I've connected the Universal Audio SC1 mic to Volt, but you can use any mic with it. The SC1 is a condenser microphone which needs phantom power, so I'm going to press the 48V button on the front of the interface. If you're using a dynamic microphone like a Shure SM58, you won't need to turn on phantom power. If you're not sure what type of mic you have, check your mic's manual. Only use phantom power if your mic requires it. In Luna, create an audio track and choose Input 1. Here, we're telling Luna what channel on Volt to listen to. If you want to record something that you've plugged into another input, select that instead. Volt has direct monitoring, which is useful for monitoring the input signal before it goes into Luna. That way you can hear yourself without any delay. First, mute the record-enabled track in Luna and turn on Direct on Volt. Arm the track in Luna by pressing the round red button, and then hit record. Oh, wait a sec, we better check our gain setting. I'm going to set the gain so that the input meter is just high enough that I don't get into the red when I'm singing or speaking. Let's record. All right, I'm testing the Volt 276 audio interface with the SC1 microphone. Press stop or your spacebar to stop recording. Now I stand where we were both here dancing once upon a time. By the way, you've got this vintage button right here. Try recording with this activated. Now I stand where we were both here dancing once upon a time. The vintage preamp mode on Volt adds the warmth and presence of a tube preamp. So that sounds good, but let's see how my vocals sound with the Century Tube Channel Strip plugin. I've loaded it on my vocal track, and let's try a preset. Now I stand where we were both here dancing once upon a time with you. You can hear the difference instantly. It just sounds better in the mix, more forward. I'll add a bit of pure plate reverb to it as well. Red sunset, palm trees, dreaming of the nights in July. Never be the same. Ooh, those days we... You'll notice that I used the shape instrument included with Luna for the keys and pads. So you already have instruments built into Luna to start creating your song. For the guitars, I used the Pultec EQ, Galaxy Tape Echo for a bit of vintage delay, and Verve Analog Machines for some saturation. Of course, everything sounds better with Oxide Tape Recorder. All right, you've recorded and mixed your first track onto Spotify fame. Well, maybe not so soon. As I mentioned earlier, Luna comes with lots of tutorials, but hopefully this video will give you some inspiration to record and mix your first track. And remember, keep learning, keep recording, and you'll quickly see your skills improve. By the way, Volt also comes with a nice collection of third-party software, including plugins from Softtube, Melodyne, Relab, Plugin Alliance, UJam, Spitfire Audio, and more. This will give you even more tools for mixing effects, pitch correction, guitar amps, virtual instruments, and more. You should install all the software included. It's all useful, and hey, it's free. Volt audio interfaces are also compatible with iPads and iPhones, so you can use them with iOS apps like GarageBand as well. And because Volts are bus powered, you can take them anywhere with your computer or iPad and record whenever inspiration strikes. I hope you enjoy using the Volt Recording Studio, and check out UA Connect for even more resources on how to use the Volt Recording Studio.